Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
I'm going to make a statement right now, Mr. Magazine.
Finally, and something I don't have to answer to.
Then I want you to answer. My statement is, I've got a lot of grand ideas. There are grand ideas for the channel. There are grand ideas for life. There are grand ideas for, the Etsy business, the eBay business, the Amazon business, and so on.
Okay.
But then life gets in the way. What do you feel about that, Mr. Magazine?
Well, the immortal words of my high school weightlifting coach, actions speak louder than words.
Didn't he also talk about potential?
Potential means nothing. True. But, it's hard to, do everything you want to do. You have to just prioritize or do what you feel is right or do what you're in the mood to do as far as listing, building up your business, and so forth. Is that where we're heading with this?
Take it wherever you want. I kind of follow along. You're the leader.
I've never been a big birthday card guy because those are just words. Not show me the money, but show me the action. The hug, whatever it is, the handshake. That's, to me, that means more doing the things than talking about doing the things. And again, we're all talkers, we're all doers. It all depends on what's we got going on. I want to buy this collection, or you buy this collection. It's 1,000 pieces. I want to get it on. We all know it's never going to happen anytime soon. So again, you have to prioritize. What do I want to get on? What do I want to do? What's more important to my business now? I gotta do this whatnot. I gotta do that for sure. I gotta do the show at this Wednesday at 7:30. Now I got time to do what next, and that's where you prioritize. That's how I run things. Not whatnot. Obviously, I don't run whatnot.
No,
God forbid. Yeah. But as far as my business goes, I have a system I use. I do the best I can with it, and that's all you can ask.
Well, one thing that I definitely will have to do is I have a lot of things that I'd like to do, and I think about them, and I say, well, that's a really good idea after retirement, which is coming up shortly. But I absolutely need to write the things down because here I am, 34 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting, out from retirement, and I'll be like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But I can't do it now
Right.
because I need more time than what I have right now.
Sure.
But I'm afraid that if I don't write it down, it's gonna go off into the ether, and I'll never remember to do it.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example, and you need to remind me of this after I retire. You've seen my collectible room.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff in it.
It's packed with little. I was thinking of that because I just looked at I got multiple rooms, but my 3 or 4 rooms probably are 5 or 10 times the size of that, but I got big toys and this and that, where you have little cards, ephemera, paper, so it's all little things that add up to, you could have 5,000-10,000 pieces in there easily.
Oh,
maybe
easily.
20,000, whatever.
Easily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know what I've got in there, to be quite honest.
And it's all good stuff. There's no junk. So say you have 5,000 pieces at $20 an item. That's $100,000. It's probably 5 times that. Because you got $1,000 pieces in there.
Yeah. So I don't know what's in there. It's just basically if I'm out and about and I find something cool, or Mr. Magazine finds something cool that fits in with my collection, he just kind of gives it to me or sells it to me or trades it to me or whatever. Or, I buy it when I'm out at a sale or pick it up in a box lot or whatever. It just kind of goes in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there. So what I end up wanting to do, and my grand idea is to do videos about it as I'm sorting it out, bring the things up for sale, sell the doubles out of it, sell the things that don't mean so much to me, and so on. Because I think I can get a lot of really good videos, and I think people will see a lot of really interesting things from up there. A lot of them I will have seen for the first time, or maybe the second time. But I think it's a great idea. But I got to find time to do it.
Right.
Because it's going to take commitment. And I basically would want to do that video every Monday, let's say, or every Friday or whatever. Obviously shoot it different days, but get it posted. Because I don't want to do one video today and in 4 months do another video of that series. Kind of want to do it regularly,
Right.
type deal. And that's one perfect example of life getting in the way. How many weeks have you seen the same stuff over here? Now, one of the reasons why the stuff didn't get listed is, well, there's a lot of different reasons, but again, day job, my father was ill, that kind of got in the way a little bit over there. How dare he? And so on. But then eBay did all of its things with the
Right.
changing of the shipping.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all of a sudden now I'm worried about that, and I have to focus on making
Right.
sure that that's all up to snuff.
Well, again, prioritize. That's what we're talking about. You know, you're in the mood to do this, you're going to do this, and all of a sudden, boom, eBay whacks you. You got to do that. So now, what you wanted to do is now maybe a week or 2 weeks away. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, as we're shooting this, usually I try to have between 100 to 200 items up at auction, which means things that I've listed. Right now I have 20, which means I've listed almost nothing. I'm basically
Yeah.
listing one item a day just to keep hitting the algorithm with at least one new item every single day.
Yeah.
And otherwise I'm just, doing other things that need to get done.
Yeah.
Because life keeps getting in the way of these things over here,
Sure.
unfortunately. No big deal, but car had to go in for oil change. Well, I got to go take time out to go do that. I got to take time out to do that. I got to take time out to do this. Random neighborhood kid recently moved out. Well, that was 2 days, a day helping him pack and a day helping him move. Well, that was a couple of days.
Well worth it.
I'm not complaining about those
that's
days. That was
priority one. Get 'em out
that
of
was
there.
the top priority.
Yeah.
But again, that was 2 days on a weekend where I ended up not listing anything
Right.
because of that. So yes, of course, I can always push off. I have enough items listed that I'll be
Right.
making some sales anyway. But again, life keeps getting in the way. And it's going to happen to you as well. It just does. So again, I know we've mentioned this before in some videos before. Don't get too down on yourself. As long as you're kind of going in the right direction, and sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, it just happens. There's a reason expressions like that are out there, because it happens to everybody. So hopefully that helps you just a little bit, understanding that, yeah, you wanted to have 10,000 items in your eBay store at the end of the year. You're sitting at 6,000, you're not going to make your
Yeah,
10,000.
don't get discouraged.
Don't get discouraged.
It happens to all of us.
Because when you take a look back at the year, you say, oh my gosh, that was a crazy year. I had a cancer scare, and my son had this, and my daughter had this, and then the pet was sick, and then we flew out of town, and we were stuck at the airport for an extra 3 days because of, and this happened and that happened, and the storm came along and blew the roof off, and then we had to worry about getting the roof on. And wow, how do I even have 6,000 items on?
Right.
With all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
So you have to sit there and look at the positive, because again, life continues to get in the way, and you can have the best laid plans you possibly, anybody could possibly have. They're not going to work out. They're just not. Accept that. And I know we've mentioned that before in videos, but I want to reiterate it, because when I'm looking there and I've got 50,000 plus unlisted items and I have 20 items up for auction, it tells me I'm dropping the ball. But when I sit there and I look at all the things that have been going on, how full my plate is, I can't get down on myself for that, because there isn't anything I can do. It's not exactly like I could tell a random neighborhood kid, move your own stuff out. I'm listing stuff.
True, yeah.
I got $8 postcards to lift. Move your own stuff.
Sure.
In the way things work out.
Right.
So hopefully that helps you a little bit. If you hit the like button, that will always help us. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.